whether fairly or not. AEW always said, like, we never really said sports-based wrestling. People who, fairly or not, believed that Collision was going to be a different tone, a different show. A lot of the shit we don't want to see will stay on Wednesday nights. They started this week's show with the epitome of a Wednesday night segment.
And unfortunately, and like you said, they started out, the cold open was the 2 8-man teams for the main event doing wrestling promos. No scripted bullshit. Sounded like wrestlers. They go into Elton John. There's energy. They come out, the new announcers, blah, blah, blah. And then Tony Schiavone's in the ring. Who will be Sting and Darby Allin's partner? And as he's introducing Sting and Darby Allin, Jericho music. And here comes Jericho and Grandpa Suzuki with no Sammy. And when they get in the ring, did you notice for the interview with Tony, Jericho had his own microphone already. And he just tells Tony to shut up and proceeds to do a monologue and ignore Tony, the interviewer in the ring, which is what they do on Wednesday. And it took forever. And it lost the momentum. And there was a lot of pauses. And they want to know who the third guy is. And blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's Mabel. And then finally, Jericho is threatening Tony Schiavone with the bat. Well, you know who it is, so tell me. And Tony's not a good actor at acting threatened because he hasn't got a lot of experience with it, because you're not supposed to take bats to the announcers. But besides that, when Sting's music starts playing, Jericho has just threatened him with a bat. Instead of taking the distraction as an opportunity to get the fuck out of there, Tony has to go, "It's Sting!" And here comes Sting and Darby. And at least Darby did the promo, telling Sammy, or, saying that Sammy doesn't need Jericho. He never needed you, blah, blah, blah. But here was the big reveal of the partner. Darby says, "Our partner, you know who it is. He beat you at the Tokyo Dome. You know who it is." And he put the microphone down and never said it. So Jericho may know, but I don't fucking know. And then out comes, again playing generic music from New Japan that sounds like the shit that WCW used to license in the early 90s. Here comes a guy in a white suit and a cape. And the people in the arena, because it's Toronto.
Stealing my look.
Well, there you go. And see, I told you not to invest in that cape factory. But it's Toronto, where the fans are the smartest of the smart, so some of them are chanting, "Naito, Naito."
Naito, not NATO.
Well, finally, the announcers have to say, "Yes, this is Tetsuya Naito." And apparently he's the one that Donald Trump was mad at, because all I used to hear was Trump wanted to fucking get rid of NATO, get rid of NATO.
No, that's NATO.
That's what I said.
Not Naito. You're confusing Naito and NATO.
No, Trump never said Naito. He was saying NATO.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That has nothing to do with Naito.
No, it's this guy Naito in the white suit.
No, that's Naito in the white suit.
You mean he stole this guy's suit?
Who stole his suit?
Naito. Or Naito.
Naito stole whose suit? No, there is no NATO. NATO is Naito. NATO is also an organization, North American North Atlantic, what is it? Why don't you say what it is, big guy?
It's NAFTA.
North American Free Trade Agreement, that's right.
So he walks to the ring in the white outfit, like all these guys from New Japan, they just come out and walk to the ring. There's no excitement. They don't look physically impressive. He's got a fucking offbeat tailor. I'll give him that. And he gets in the ring and gets face to face with Jericho. And nobody says anything. And then Jericho and Grandpa Suzuki turn and get out of the ring. And that was it. And I wrote, we're 15 minutes into the show and I'm fucking asleep. At that last week, I was excited. This week, I'm asleep.
This belonged on Dynamite. If you want to make people think that it's going to be a different tone, a different kind of show, this does not belong here. I'm not exactly sure why Sammy wasn't there. They were just like, he's not here tonight. Okay, I don't know if there's anything to read into that. You know, Naito's good. He's really good. I haven't seen him in a while. But a lot of these guys I used to watch in New Japan looked a lot older than they used to when they came out. Now, of course, we all get older. But after a while, I don't know. You know what the other thing is? If you don't know who any of these guys are, it just seems like everyone in New Japan now, it's all just a wacky hairdo.
There you go. Another guy with funny hair.
Every single New Japan guy that shows up, it's always the hairdo.
Inoki looked completely different from Fujinami, who looked completely different from fucking Kobayashi, who looked completely dead, and Jumbo looked obviously different than Baba. But, you know, everybody had their own thing going. Now they just want goofy haircuts.